Oh, hi. Let me turn this game of Simon off. It's Jeanette with JB's Explore and More. And I have a question for you. Do you think that we're ever too old to play with toys? I bought this game of Simon because it reminded me of my youth in the 80s when this game came out. It was all the rage, and it reminds me of happy times. So today in my video, I'm going to take you on a tour of a room in my mom's house that we call the Barbie room. It's where she stores all of her Barbie collection and another collection that you'll get to see. So come along, and thanks for joining. Now I'm going to show you the room that we decluttered. That's a spare bedroom that we call the Barbie room, and you'll see why. Mom collects Barbie dolls, which started in the 90s, so that's why we call this the Barbie room. And remember the cabinet that we got from the basement that was moldy on the very bottom? Well, Mom repurposed it, and she cut off the bottom and added these wooden pieces that she salvaged from her new craft room. They were on the walls, and she pried them off, and used them as a support base for this cabinet. And now we're disinfecting the cabinet, and we're going to use it to store photo albums in, pictures and photo albums. I'll show you a little bit more of the Barbie collection. That's the big one right there. We've got whole families up here, all in their boxes. Swan Lake Barbie, Holiday Barbies. Mom, when did you start collecting these?
I think 87, 88, 87 or 89.
And why did you start collecting them?
I actually bought two of them for you. Let's see. The one, the fuchsia.
Fuchsia?
That one right there, the holly fuchsia.
This one here? Okay.
And a bridal one. So if there's a bride somewhere.
This one's neat. It looks like the 50s. I
don't see the bride. But anyway, I bought two of them. I bought a white one and a pink one. I couldn't make up my mind which one I wanted. And I thought they were both beautiful, so I bought them both. I bought them for you, and you didn't want them. And that started me collecting them.
I didn't want them. Imagine that.
You didn't want them.
Being the minimalist that I am.
Yeah. Well, you're probably in your 20s by then.
Yeah, I was in my 20s. And
you were a little bit too old for dolls, you said.
No longer interested in the Barbies, although I played with them as a kid, that's for sure. Did you have Barbies when you were a kid?
Nope.
What? Oh yeah, you were a tomboy.
I had one doll, and everything else I had was boy toys because I played baseball, I went swimming.
And you had like plastic horses.
I had 250 little horses that I had, so I had a nice little collection of horses.
Oh yeah, she likes to collect horses too, and you'll see those around the house. There's some up here, like little rocking horses. They're the Hallmark.
There's two by your feet, a little rocking horse by your feet.
Oh yeah, there's these two big horses down here. There's another horse. I mean, I should count all these horses someday. Counting all the horses in the whole room, wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah.
Here's one. It'd be like a game. Find the horses.
There's horses on top of the cabinet there.
Yeah, I saw those.
There's horses here.
Oh, you mean these?
Horses there.
There's a Barbie riding a horse up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, these horses that are still in the plastic bags, I just put on top of the cabinet, actually. Don't know if Mom wants those up there or not. And this rocking horse right here is from the 70s because my brother and I used to ride this when we were little kids. The tail is gone now. The carpet's been ripped. But, you know, we just don't want to part with this because it's very sentimental. Are these some of the homemade scrapbooks you made? You want to show one? What does that say? Oh,
Unto us this night a child is born.
okay.
This is all Christmas.
Christmas scrapbook. So how do you do your scrapbooks?
Well, I like this notebook thing because I like that it snaps in and out, and they're not too big. And then plus you got these page protector things that you put them in. So I like that.
It's a 3-ring binder.
And I like this the size because they're not as hard to store those 12 by 12s. But yeah, I buy these and do these.
So you're putting like real pictures in there, and then, or do you print them on the computer, or both?
They're real pictures, or both. Those are real pictures. This is computer. That's computer. This is pictures.
Okay.
These are all pictures. This is the tire swing on Esther Street.
Very creative.
Mike Dean's swinging around. There you are playing with.
Oh, speaking of Barbies.
Cheryl with the Barbies.
Yeah. Me and my cousin playing Barbies in the 70s.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys riding them little motorbikes. Yeah.
Very creative.
First day of school.
Do you have a favorite of all these Barbies?
Well, this one was the first one I bought. And it looks like it's 1990. I think she was the very first one. And I bought a bridle. And I don't see the bridle.
Oh, is it that? No, that's Holidays. On the top with the white dress? That's not bridal.
No, she should be in a white dress.
Okay.
White.
Well,
she's probably behind that one.
Oh.
Because I got a whole box of the whole bridal party's up there.
Okay. Well, you used to have Barbies over on this wall.
A bride. Isn't she a bride? Or no, is that bride? Or, she looks like a bride. She might be it.
Okay.
Or the one above might be it.
You used to have Barbies on this whole wall over here too, right?
Yeah.
And then you had to take them down.
I started collecting them, and I ended up with 300 of them. Started with 2, ended up with 300. This whole room, floor to ceiling, all the way around was Barbies.
What is your attraction to Barbie, though?
She's just beautiful. I just thought, the gowns and stuff, all the clothes they make they're just stunning. And I just thought she was just pretty. I never had dolls when I was a girl. When I was a young girl, I never had dolls. And I just thought she was just really pretty. And then we went down to Branson, and I found some Bob Mackie Barbies.
What does that mean?
Bob Mackie designs clothes for Cher.
Oh.
So he designs, once a year he designs an outfit for Barbie. And they're like $150, $260 for one doll. I think one of his dolls is like over $1,000 for just one doll.
Whoa.
Because he's a famous designer. So yeah. So I've got 6 of them.
6? I thought you only had 3 or 4.
No.
Oh, 6.
I have 6, I think.
Okay.
Either 5 or 6. I think 6.
Would you describe yourself as a kid at heart?
Oh yeah, definitely. I read a thing one time that said, if you get in touch with your inner child, that's what gives you your enthusiasm. That's what gives you your creativity. That's what gives you your energy. That's what makes you playful. And if you don't get in touch with your inner child, you're just like boring. It's like, you're just boring.
And behind Mom, you see all these stuffed animals. She likes stuffed animals a lot, too.
Yeah.
We decluttered about how many, would you say?
Oh, my gosh. Probably 50 or 100.
And we donated those to a nursing home. They give them out as gifts to the residents when they play bingo. All these in the corner I kind of threw over there the other day when we were doing some work.
Well, we decluttered them, and these are the ones that were, some of them were above my head of the bed, and I decided to put them all in one room, so this is where they're at now. And these are some of my favorites, and I didn't want to get rid of them. And then, of course, I went all over the house, and I found all these, so I don't want to get rid of them either, so I'm going to have to go through and stuff and really decide which ones I really want to keep, which ones I don't want to keep.
Now this one right here was your doll. You said you didn't have dolls when you were a little girl, but you had this
I had
one.
that doll. I had her when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
So I'm 76, 77. I'm 77 this year, so that means she's 61 years old.
Wow.
Is she 61?
I don't know. I'm not good at math.
No.
I'd have to really think about
she
it.
would be 50 something years old. Because I didn't get her until I was 16. I'm 70 something.
76 and 16, so
It'd be 61 years
61?
old.
And how about show off the crochet doll that you made? It's supposed to be you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me or you.
Oh, okay.
So I made this little doll. And she wears Walmart shoes, baby shoes. And she has Walmart little baby leggings on. But I made her a little coat. I made her little 2 coats, a little dress. I made her hair.
Brown hair, blue eyes.
I put her face on. I don't know if it's so good or not, but I did paint. I painted it with like some kind of marker and it didn't turn out. So I ended up using fingernail polish.
Oh.
And that worked out real good because it's stays on real good.
Mm-hmm.
I made her lips a little bit too big.
She's cute. Well, maybe she's Mick Jagger's kid.
I crocheted this doll from scratch. You know, I started at her feet, made 2 little feet, went up to her butt, and that was hard because then you had to go around the waistline and circle. She turned out really cute.
Mm-hmm. It is. That's adorable.
She got a lot of hair. Then you can mess with her, you know, you could do. I didn't give her bangs.
Wish I had that much hair.
Yeah, I thought and I did a pretty good job.
What else do you have in this room we can tell a story about? What's this little wooden thing on the floor here? Looks like a castle.
It's a little castle. I just bought it. I just thought
it was something that was purchased.
Yeah, I didn't make this.
Okay, but there's something in the closet that was homemade. That's my tea on top of the turret.
Oh, here's some more of those.
Okay.
I wonder where they're at.
Oh, so it opens up probably.
This is me getting in touch with my inner child. I just thought this was so cute for a little kid. You know, it's all contained, and you open that up, and here it is.
Oh, it's like a dollhouse.
Yeah. It's basically for boys because it's a little castle, and they can put little soldiers in here.
Mm-hmm.
Then it has a little hidey hole.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was adorable. Whoever thought that up, little steps that go upstairs to their little moat or whatever it was. Not a moat. I don't know what they call it.
Turret. A turret.
But isn't that darling?
It is cute.
Well, I thought I'd paint it sometime, but I like natural wood, so it was adorable. Here's the door. You can go in. It goes down to the moat.
It reminds me of when I was a kid and I played with the Fisher-Price Little People castle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I started doing Barbies, I wanted the Barbie's house, and I wanted a Barbie's barn. So I had the horses for the Barbie. These are Barbie's horses. And then I had Mike make me this barn. So this front part, this is a carriage house. It's got little Barbie's carriage in there, and it has the harness for the horses. And I got some jumping things for the horses. And this is my little tack room. I got...
Trying to see the saddles.
Look at the saddle.
That's cute. Where'd you get that?
I made it.
You made it?
I made it.
Oh, wow.
I made that one. I made this little saddle. I got a little blue saddle in here. Here's a little English saddle that I made.
Adorable.
Yeah. I'm pretty talented. Isn't that cool?
You need a light for your barn so I can get better video. Oh, okay, now I can see it. There's even a little, like, horse brush on the back wall.
Yeah. This here's a little feed box for the horses. You got... This is where you put the hay and stuff. You put hay in here.
Okay.
And I got some hay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nice.
This is bridles and breast collars.
Probably haven't played with it in a while, though.
No.
No.
There's one of my bridles I made out of leather. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
I just love it.
I have to also show this, that we have a Barbie light switch in the room. The
Sure.
Barbie room, even.
Yeah. Whenever I start to do anything, I never do anything one or two. I go from one or two to 300 to 500 to 10,000. If anything, if anything goes to a craft, I buy everything. Like downstairs, if you go to my downstairs, if you go to Michael's store and it's in the store, you'll find it in my house. I have one of everything. Yeah.
Why is that? You think you
I don't know.
need everything?
I don't know why I do that. I think it's because I want to be prepared in case somebody comes over and they say, well, do you have this? Do you have that? And I'll go, no. And then I did that once. I had a bunch of people here making cards.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, one person says, oh, do you have any comical things? No. I've got 10,000 stamps and you want something I don't have. So, of course, I run out and buy a bunch of comical things so I would have them next time.
Is it part of being a people pleaser, you think?
I don't know.
I
think it's part of being a collector.
Yeah.
Because when you collect things, you want to have all of it.
So you call yourself a collector?
Oh, definitely.
And
I'm definitely a collector.
not hoarding disorder, but a collector instead?
Yeah, I'm a collector. And I think that's the problem. I think once people start collecting things, then their collection get too big.
Mm-hmm.
A guy at work, when I first started collecting Barbies, he goes, well, you'll do it for a while and you'll quit. And I said, no, why would I quit? I love it. I think they're beautiful. I like pulling. He said, you'll quit because you'll run out of room. And sure enough, he was right.
Mm-hmm.
I filled this whole room full of dolls, and once they got full, I basically quit buying them. I still look at them, but I don't buy them because I don't have no more room for them and no place to put them.
And then you got into collecting the Beanie Babies too.
Yeah.
So that's what we got over here. And she decluttered a lot of Beanie Babies that went to the nursing home.
We went to a store, and there was a whole line of women outside the store, and Mike and I were standing there, and when the doors opened, I asked the sales lady, why is everybody in line here? You know, what's the big attraction? She said, it's the beanies. The beanies came in. I said, what's a beanie? So she takes me back. She shows me 2 or 3 of these little doll things that they had. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just bought one of each just because everybody else was buying them. And then, of course, that took off.
You had to jump on the bandwagon, the beanie bandwagon.
Yeah, I did. And then I started buying them and collecting them. And, you know, people buy them for you and give them to you for gifts and different things. And they're cute.
And now you find them at garage sales for 50 cents.
Yeah, I was really mad at that guy. He ruined it.
What guy?
The guy that started them.
Mm-hmm.
He started off and he started with 5 or 6 originals. And then people went crazy about him. They had Tabasco the Bell for the Chicago Bear Bulls when they played basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And those things were selling for $240, $280 a piece. You buy them for like $6 and they were selling for almost $250. And I only know one person that actually sold them and made money off them. Everybody else seems like they buy them and collect them and save them. But one person I know, they did buy them and use them for resale and made some money off of them.
I have to show this on the wall. This came out of my grandma's house. And my mom acquired it and she thinks it's so cute. Somebody made it for my grandma as a gift.
Mom worked at Heim Walker's.
Which was a distillery.
Yeah, and this lady made little teeny miniature things out of paper. She rolls this paper up in little tiny things and made these little flowers. She made a little tray. She made this little cart and it's out of paper.
Wow.
And Mom thought that was so unique. So the lady made her little shadow box and put a picture of my mom standing in there with her little garden. Mom thought that was beautiful.
That is cute. It's different.
I saved it. I didn't want to throw it away.
Don't blame you. This room is looking a little cluttered right now on the floor because we're sorting through things. But I will insert a picture so you can see what it looked like before. It was totally full of stuff. You could barely even walk into this room. It was kind of used as a storage for holiday items, I guess. But my nephew and I cleaned most of it out, and even the closet. It was packed full. The whole bed was packed full of stuff everywhere. And the captain's bed my mom was sitting on even had all these drawers down here were all full too. I opened one and it was kind of funny because it had toys in it, I think, if I remember correctly. Like little matchbox cars, I think. And Mom said, that's for when the kids come over to play. And I'm like, Mom, all the kids are grown now. It's like time flies by.
Right now, I think the youngest kid that we have is 18.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they kind of quit coming to Barbie's room and playing with the toys.
But they used to come over at Christmas time, all the what would they be? The your sisters.
Their nieces and nephews and my children and my grandchildren.
Yeah. And everybody would love to come in here and play. Of course, I can see why with all the variety of toys. Oops, I almost dropped my phone.
The toy room.
Yeah.
I think it's neat. I think part of it, too, is when you're a kid, you see Disney World or Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had the picture of Belle, Beauty and the Beast, and Belle walked in that castle and she walked into that library.
Mm-hmm.
I would have gave anything to live in that room. I love those books. So I thought one day I'm going to have a library. And I did. I had a library. We ended up decluttering it, but I did have my library. It was
for a long time.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I would say kind of defines my mom as childlike is she loves candy.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite? Licorice?
Licorice. My black licorice. I love black licorice.
A lot of people don't like black licorice.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people like chocolate. And I'm not big on chocolate. But I do like black licorice.
Sometime in the future, we'll go up to an old-fashioned candy store and show you what that looks like, too.
Yeah.
So until then, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
So in Mom's Curio cabinet is where she keeps her special items, including her Bob Mackie dolls. And those are on the bottom shelf. So.
And my beanies. There's my Pride beanies.
More Beanie Babies.
McDonald beanies.
Mm-hmm.
Clothespin dolls. These are made out of clothespins.
Oh. Did you make them?
Carol and Linda made them.
Those are Mom's sisters.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, yeah.
I had a whole bunch of them. I just think they're adorable. I got Mrs. Potts over here from Disney. I got some Hummels that Grandma Jenny bought you from Holland. I've had those a long time. This horse here, when I was a kid, I had that horse. I named him Dusty. I had him all that time, and then I lost all my horses, and I ended up finding him. This is Mike's pewter collection. All these back here is all pewter. That's probably over $1,000 worth of pewter. Some of those pieces we paid $250 for. And here's Cinderella's glass coach. And I love treasure boxes. I got 2 or 3 little treasure boxes.
There's another Cinderella coach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got here, here, and here Cinderella coaches.
Mm-hmm. So you like Disney stuff too?
I like everything.
Okay, so then down here we have some Barbie stocking hangers.
They're ornaments. They're supposed to be ornaments.
Okay. Willow tree figurines.
Yep, I got some little cherish moment and a rocking horse thing. Just horses. Look at this little thing over here. I made this. I quilled it. It's made out of paper. You just take paper, roll it up in little bitty round balls.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a little Easter egg.
How long did that take?
Oh gosh, 3 or 4 hours, maybe more.
That's really cute.
Carol wants that if I die. She wants that egg.
Quilling.
Yeah, quilling.
Okay.
So down there is Bob Mackey's.
Ah!
Oh gosh.
The cat. The cat just knocked over what? A glass of tea. Good job. Good job, little girl. What did you do? Huh? Huh? Down here, we're continuing after the cat catastrophe.
We have Bob Mackey. This is Neptune's Fantasy.
The gold one?
The blue one.
Oh, the blue one. Okay, I see her.
This one's Sun Goddess.
Mm-hmm.
She's Ireland.
That's not about Mackie, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, not about Mackie.
Okay.
She's just a Barbie.
Okay.
Little Debbie. I got 2 little Debbies.
Where's the second one? Oh,
Well,
she's
3.
right here.
I got 3 little
3?
Debbies.
How come 3?
I don't know. I just had them.
Mm-hmm.
And then back here I have Queen of Hearts.
Pretty.
She's a
Red,
Bob Mackie.
your favorite color.
She's Neptune's Fantasy. Oh, this one's Moon Goddess.
The blue one is Moon Goddess.
Moon Goddess.
Okay.
She's Neptune's Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
I got Biker Barbie.
Mm-hmm. And there's a couple over here.
And that's Pretty and Peach is the birthday one. And then the other one on the end, that was
50s.
supposed to be the first Barbie to come out in 1958, 1959.
1959 it says.
1959.
But it's a replica, right?
Yeah, it's not the original. I wish I had the original. She's worth about $2,000 to $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
She's worth a lot of money.
Mom's curio cabinet packed full of goodies. All kinds of treasures to look at.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a
Thanks
little
for
miniature.
showing us.
It's a little mouse.
Little mouse
And a
sleeping in a bed.
Little matchbook. Isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're adorable. Yeah. I like all my treasures.